So we have to tell you guys about an amazing podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone else has a sweet tooth or...
Oh, God, I sure do. I have to have something sweet at least once a day.
100%.
Sometimes for breakfast and sometimes it's dessert.
Yes, and sometimes when you get dessert out at night, you have to eat it for breakfast, and that's just the way you should live your life.
Yes, we had tres leches cake last night for dessert, and I had that and coffee this morning.
What candy would you have for breakfast?
Something with nuts.
Yeah.
Like a hazelnut chocolate or a Snickers, to be honest.
Yep. That sounds good. I mean, marathon runners do that. So, I mean, listen, if you are a candy fan and you're a sweet tooth, you have to listen to Candy is Dandy. It is the world's only podcast entirely devoted to reviewing candy. So if you're looking for what candy to have for breakfast, they've probably talked about it.
Chances are they've reviewed it, okay?
Yeah.
It's hosted by Greg Gonzalez, Beto Sistos, and Daniel Zafran, 3 longtime best friends, comedians, and candy obsessives. Each episode, they pick a different candy, give us the history, and then taste and review it on air with all mouth sounds edited out. So don't you worry if you don't like that. It's not there. You'll never hear it.
And if you do like that, then sorry. You're shit out of luck. So they found a lot of fun facts out about candy, and you know we love a fun fact.
We do.
I was listening to one of their episodes, and they were talking about how Reese's gets its unique flavor, and it's like basically from burning peanuts essentially and putting it with like powdered sugar, which I would never have guessed. So
I would have never guessed that.
Fun fact.
Also, fun fact, Snickers, which is one of my breakfast candies of choice, Snickers was named after a horse.
Makes sense. Butterfingers had a connection to the atomic bomb. I don't know what that is, but go find that episode and listen to it. They have had way too many peach rings with Comedy Bang Bang and SNL's Carl Tart on an episode. So there's a lot.
And then each episode also ends with a nice little candy-related game. So if you love candy, you're going to love this show. They cover all the candies you've loved from your childhood and more. It's so nostalgic and awesome.
Yeah. And, you know, and you guys might get some ideas for what to snack on for our long ass episodes. So go give it a listen. You can find Candy is Dandy wherever you get your podcasts, wherever podcasts are found. Candy is Dandy. Check it out.
And I'm off to watch the Ferrero Rocher episode because I love those. Because again, I love chocolate with nuts.
It's true.
Gosh,
it's true.
Delish.
Hello and welcome to Dead and Kind of Famous, where we dig into the life stories of dead folks who enjoyed a touch or two of fame in their time.
And now reside permanently in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
I'm Nora Nagatani, and I know nothing. But I do know that the Bissell vacuum cleaner works wonderfully. We got a new one today, and I'm thrilled with its suction power. I'm not sponsored by Bissell, but I'm very domesticated at this point, and it excites me.
The suction power excites you?
Well, not in that way, but like the amount of dirt and cat hair that has come off the floor,
right. No, I get it.
Cats and in lesbian fashion, and it's been a wonderful addition.
Yeah. Well, my name is Courtney Blomquist, as our listeners know. You all know me, but you don't know Nora. Nora is someone who, Easter egg in the last episode we did mention because her girlfriend Jessica was our special guest, along with her co-host Zach for that episode about James Michael Tyler. I'm always at risk of mixing up all of his names, all of his first names. But yeah, so we did that episode. It was really, really fun and alluded to the fact that, or actually just said that Nora was our other best friend, which is true, and that we approve of Jessica. So
yes, love that.
Yeah. But Nora's helping me out today. First of all, I mean, I've wanted to have you on the show anyway. We're at our best truly when we're all just, I don't know, like in our Instagram group, just
Yes.
sending each other stupid crap. And
It has been changed to best friends, by the way.
it's just best friends. Yeah, no, I saw that. But it's like that's pretty much, we're all long distance now. We used to all live in LA, and now it's Nora's in Chicago, I'm in Minnesota, and Marissa is still in LA. So, which is good because now we have somewhere to go when we visit.
Yes.
But anyway, okay, so I know everything about what we're going to be talking about today. What I don't know is how to rise to the challenge of eliminating plastic from my life. I feel like that's what we're all being called to do now, and I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't even know, like, it's like a hard thing to, I don't know. I feel like you have to special order everything and really commit to it, because otherwise it's like, it's just everywhere you go.
It's pretty much in everything you eat as well. And it's, well, I did just read a article about kimchi and how it kind of goes through your system and, you know, eliminates some of the plastics. And
really?
Yeah, so I'm going, and kimchi is good. Anything fermented is really great for your gut health. So
I'm drinking a kombucha right now. Yeah.
Oh, have you heard the hit TikToks on that kombucha did a number on me?
No.
Oh, it goes, that kombucha did a number on me.
Is that supposed to mean that it gave you like the shits or something?
I don't know. It
did a number 2 on me.
He goes, like a 1, like a 2, like a 3. It has been many people's vocal stem, and I do know him, and it's my friend Jacob Jeffries, but it has had like millions and millions of hits, and he's a very great musician, but now he's known for the kombucha TikTok.
Wow. Maybe he'll...
A fun fact.
A fun fact. Yeah, we love talking about obscure things on this show. I mean, that's really why the people are here. It's true, actually. It's very true. That's entirely what this podcast is. So, perfect. Well, I have a recommendation I want to say before we keep going, because it reminded me so much of what I'm doing with this show and like the kind of research that happens. I watched this movie, and Nora, you would love this movie. It's called The Watermelon Woman. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like a 90s movie, and it's sort of like gay cinema, like a landmark gay cinema film, because it's the first like Black lesbian director, and she's like the star and director of it. But her name's Cheryl, I'm forgetting right now. But anyway, she works in a video store. It's about her, like, you know, trying to find out about this, like, starlet, like, you know, somebody who was playing, like, mammy parts and stuff in, like, old 30s movies. But she was like, who is that actress? Like, what is, you know, what was she doing? What was going on with her? And then she just kind of goes down this, like, rabbit hole for the whole movie. That's, like, the movie. And I was like, oh, my God, like, this is exactly what I do.
That's awesome.
I know.
Did it come out this year?
No, it's old. It's like from the 90s. That's what I'm saying. It's like a landmark movie because it was like, that was like the first thing. So,
I'll have to look that up. That sounds great.
Yeah. But anyway, hot tip. Like, yeah, you'll love it, Nora. You're a lesbian. No, you would though. You would.
No. My brother's friend came up to Jessica and I. We came to their show. He's in a punk band, and he's like, you two are lesbians. You like Portlandia, right? Like, yes, we do.
Yes. I want to go against the stereotype here, but I cannot. Yep. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get into this lively subject today. This week, we are discussing the life of David Avadon. Nora, have you heard of David Avadon?
I have not, but I love his last name. That sounds like a star.
I know. It's a very Hollywood name. Very Hollywood name. So perfect. Let's look at his tombstone. And I'm excited to show you this one because I feel like this is going to throw you for a loop. This is like just so you know, Nora, this is where you get all your clues. You don't know anything, but you do get to look at the tombstone so you can, you get a little bit of information. So walk us through what you're seeing.
Okay, it says David Avadon, and it has a little cursive of just his last name, and then it says Desperado of Deceit. Interesting. And then 1948 to 2009. So that would have made him 61?
60.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he was probably almost 60, right? So, but I think
gotcha.
technically
Okay.
60. Yeah.
60. Okay.
So yeah, this tombstone looks to be, it's hard to tell exactly like what kind of tombstone it is because it is a very close up picture that I have of this, but it looks like the kind that is, and again, I don't know what this is called. I should look it up. I'm going to look it up right now. Graves that are plates on the ground. You know what I mean? That's
Yes,
what it's
yes.
that's it. Flush markers or flat grave markers. That's what it's called. So
Okay.
it's not as exciting. I thought it would have a more sexy name than that. It does not. They're flat. It looks like one of those to me, but like slightly thicker. I don't know. It's
Kind of raised, it's not flush with the ground.
It's not flush with the ground. So, and yet all the writing is like on top of it, Like it's like you could sit on it or something. It looks like a little bench, like a little toddler climbing block, Yeah. So now this is the time, and Nora, you haven't done this before, but you get to decide, you don't know anything except for what you just saw. Give us a totally fake obituary of David Avadon's life. You can do it as yourself or as David Avadon, which is what Marissa does. But that's up to you.
Desperado, exactly the definition of that would be
Desperado.
Like
Desperado.
I want to look up the exact definition so I'm not like,
why don't you come to your senses? Who sings that? Why do I know this song? Anyway, it's also a movie. It looks like it's not easy to just come up with it.
Exactly. It's a reckless, bold outlaw or criminal.
A bold
and
outlaw.
He is a bold outlaw of deceit.
Mm-hmm.
Marissa always does a Southern accent, and I when I think of a desperado, a bold outlaw.
Yep. Wow, you understand. Ladies and gentlemen, does she not understand the assignment of stepping in for Miss Marissa Rivera? She's
Marissa's, her go-to for an American is Southern, and then she, of course, can nail the Puerto Rican accent.
So good.
Okay, maybe I won't do a Southern, but maybe I'll drop my voice. Oh, it's going to Southern. I'm sorry. It's going to Southern anyway.
I love it.
A little bit of Forrest Gump.
It's going to Forrest Gump. Southern anyway.
I was running. Okay. All right. My name's David Avadon. I was born in Texas in 1948. My mommy and my pappy raised me on steel oat grits. And
steel cut grits.
Steel cut grits.
Wait, are steel cut grits a thing?
Steel cut oats. Steel cut oats and slabs of meat we got from the farm, chicken and mostly steak. My dad would kill a whole cow, and we'd live off that for the next 16 months. We kept it in the freezer. I eat 6 to 8 to 12 eggs every morning. We'll just say 6 to 12 eggs every morning. And
he's like Gaston.
And I got my start. I just walked into Hollywood and said, here I am, David Avadon. Look at these cowboy boots. I'm the Desperado of Deceit. I have a mustache and a very chiseled jaw. And, the ladies like that, and gentlemen too. I'm not picky. You'll rarely see me without my spurs and my chaps on.
My assless chaps on.
My assless chaps.
Going for the gentleman.
My muscles are sometimes so big they don't fit into the sleeves of my shirt. I gotta cut them out. And what else can I say?
And I'm
You
dead.
know what? And I'm dead.
That's good.
Okay.
And I'm dead. Great. So now let me share what I know about David Avadon. Thank you, though, for all of those Southern fried lies. We love them. We love them, and we love the Southern accent. But I don't actually know like everything about David Avadon. It's not like there's so many sources on him. So I did have to kind of piece together some stuff. And also he was secretive because people in his profession relied upon their secrets not being revealed. They had to keep their card tricks close to the chest, so to speak, or their credibility would disappear just like magic. That's right. We're talking about a magician. David Avadon was a magician.
Oh, of course. That makes sense.
Yep. So if the sexiness of this profession doesn't make you weak in the knees, the riches and reliability should. Am I right? No, not typically, but our guy today, David Avadon, obviously did well enough to be interred at Hollywood forever. And if we haven't mentioned it lately, a reminder that it's very expensive to be buried there. They actually are very, I don't have them off the top of my head, but they're very forthcoming with exactly what the price is for like each type of, spot that you could be. So,
And it is like a process you'd have to be chosen to even be buried there, right? There's not just a price you could pay, or am I wrong?
I think that I think you could pay the price if there's, space for what you wanted. I mean, I think that the actual tombstones are, they're the most expensive. And I think if I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere in like the 20,000s. And then I think, that kind of thing. But perhaps his wealth is due to the fact that he could not only be described as a magician or illusionist, but also as a professional thief. And as our current president proves, that can be quite lucrative. You want to earn a buck? Steal from people. It works. So as his grave describes, David Avadon was the Desperado of Deceit. Whoosh. I feel like I need to have a smoke machine.
Yeah.
He was also proud of the title, the fastest pickpocket in the West, which, he was going for something kind of Western for sure with these names.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the reason he could openly brag about his abilities like this is because he was an exhibition pickpocket, as David said in an interview.
Unlike street pickpockets, I give the things back I steal for a round of applause at the end of the show.
His friend, author and fellow magician Sid Fleischman said of him, now you're Sid Fleischman.
Okay. Avadon really was the king of the pickpockets. He was honest but very skilled. He could lift wallets from the chiefs of police, which he had done in Los Angeles.
Wow. I feel like that's a bold move to lift a wallet from the chief of police of Los Angeles. I feel like that's I should say that now. David Avadon was white. That's a white privilege move.
I was about to say.
Yeah. But yeah, so it may sound like an oxymoron, but David Avadon was an honest thief. So let's get into it. David Avadon appeared in this world out of thin air, and that's magician speak for he was born, on December 11th, 1948 in Inglewood, California as David Hutchins. His father was an engineer and his mother was an acrobatic dancer in vaudeville. From what I can tell, he had just one brother, Joe Hutchins. The vaudeville acrobat mother, I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But that feels like an important detail, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, if your mother's in vaudeville, you're going to be doing some type of entertainment.
Some type of weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're either a trapeze artist or you're a pickpocket.
Yeah, you're like, what is this animal instinct I have to take off my hat, flip it over and put it on the ground, do something for money. Yeah, there's something there. So like, if you've ever wondered how magicians are born, I really think we've discovered the answer, and it is acrobats. They are born from acrobats. They are always born of an acrobat. Fight me. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it feels like it could be true, you know? So, but in all seriousness, David's interest in magic began, as it often does, during his school years. At school in West Los Angeles, he used to brag that he could do magic just to impress his peers. And if there's anything more sad than bragging about magic to be cool, it's bragging about magic to be cool when you do not, in fact, know how to do magic. And that's what David did.
He didn't know?
He didn't know. He was just bragging about it. What was actually, though, like, I relate to this. I never said that I knew how to do magic. I had no interest in, pretending that. But I did lie about a lot of other things when I was younger. I was like a big liar about stupid things. So I relate to this.
Give me an example.
I'm pretty sure I've told you this before, but when I was in first grade, I tried to do like a Brooklyn accent, or what I thought was a Brooklyn accent for my class. And mind you, I grew up in Indiana. So it was like, I tried to do that. And I told everybody, they're like, why are you talking like that? And I was like, well, I was born in a plane that flew over. Yeah. That flew over Brooklyn, and I picked it up like it was a disease. Like, it was really stupid. And then I got sent to speech therapy.
I kind of love that, though. I mean, what a random lie. I had a girl in elementary school that did that too. She was like, she pretended to have a Brooklyn accent, and everyone's like, I don't think she's. It began to fade over time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw like a movie like Guys and Dolls or something, and then I was like, that's gonna be my voice now. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the New York, like the original Brooklyn accent, is just so cool. I think it still is cool, but it's like a dying.
Right, it's a dinosaur for sure.
Yeah,
but you weren't a liar.
I'm sure I was already like super weird. So, and I'm like an Asian in a Florida public school. So like there wasn't many of us. So people were already like looking at me anyway, like I got attention, whether I wanted it or not. So I didn't have to like lie about a ton of things. But what I did do all the time in pictures was like, I opened my eyes real, real wide to pretend to be like a white person, so like it just like looks like I have like glaucoma, like in all my elementary school pictures. And I tried to say I wasn't Asian, but I was like, no, like I'm not Asian. My parents are from Chicago, because, like I didn't know,
Right.
And like first and grade and second grade, I was like, no, my parents are from Chicago. I'm not Asian. So I think that was a thing I did lie about.
Okay. Well, he was lying about being able to do magic. And this was a conundrum for 12-year-old David, because his teacher heard him bragging and decided to schedule him to perform in front of the school to show off his magic abilities. So with the date of his performance just 1 week away, David ran to the library and dedicated himself to reading every book on magic that he was lucky enough to come across. And he powered through and made that show work, which is, surprising. That doesn't feel like that would work. By the end of it, he got a big round of applause, and the feeling of adoration was magical. David was hooked. So after majoring in theater, because what else would he major in? Come on. What else is a magician going to major in, truly? Unless they're going to like Hogwarts. But he went to UCLA. So he decided to perform his first transformation by changing his last name from Hutchins to Avadon, which, makes a ton of sense. Avadon.
Yes.
It's a much more chic, starry name. Like, he was picturing himself in a fancy outfit when he came up with that name. you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like
little
something
cape.
shiny. Oh, cape, something like, what's the word? Lame. I feel like he was picturing some shiny gold lame when he said Avadon, because it sounds like that. So
he's gonna get all the bitches.
yeah, well, it's kind of he's gonna get all the bitches. All right, so shortly after he changed his name, he hitchhiked around America and performed for food, a place to stay, and enough money to keep him rolling into the next city. So truly, like, taking off my hat, putting it on the ground, taking some cash, and moving on, like full-on busker magician.
Busking, yeah.
I'm a busker. He was a busker. But once he returned to his sunny home base of California, he began to zero in on his craft even more, appearing as a professional illusionist in clubs around Hollywood and gigging as a musician. One day when he was performing an outdoor magic act for children, he was spotted by a local rabbi of Temple Soleo. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but some sources say it was in Canoga Park and others say it was outside of LACMA. But either way, the rabbi was very impressed with David's ability. The rabbi's gears began turning, and he thought that maybe, just maybe, this could be the way he'd be able to truly connect with his congregation. This feels like I'm making this up. This feels like I'm saying the fake obituary right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
The rabbi's like, let's get more people to come.
yeah, I'm like, let me start this by like with a bad joke premise and just keep talking. So he approached David with an offer to team up with him to present Sabbath services with him. Being Jewish himself and never one to turn down the opportunity to show off his prowess, David accepted. And the way the service would go is that the rabbi would tell a story from the Bible, from his pulpit, and David would do visual aids and illusions from the center of the stage. So examples of this included illustrating a Talmud story on the miracle of oil for lamps by producing 8 lit candles at once from one. So there is a picture of him like holding up his hands with like a bunch of candles like in between his fingers. And I guess it would just be like, you know what I mean? Like fire all at once.
Okay.
So apparently attendance for the Sabbath services skyrocketed from the usual 150 to 200 congregates, which is like pretty good, I feel like, as a starting point, to mega church style crowds of 750 plus. So David was like a star attraction at the synagogue or the temple. Yeah. So, and the kids in attendance particularly rose. So he called in the little children to hear the good word. And around this time, in 1973, which is just, I mean, but let's just pause for a second. That's so random. Very random start. Yeah. But it feels like, I mean, Nora, you did a lot of theater. What's the stupidest, you know, like how am I doing this? Was it like either a location or the show itself where you were like, am I performing or am I just hanging out in a basement, you know?
Oh man, I think like the first paid, like decently paid gig I got out of college, I was like, I moved to New York and then I booked this tour around the Midwest and we memorized like 4 children's shows and we would go to different schools, right? And set them up. And I was playing a meth addict. It was a super heavy show.
Oh,
it was
one of those shows.
Yeah.
It was one of those shows.
And they like had us prep like, you know, real heavy for it. Like I had to take like these drug classes and kind of
I thought you were going to say I had to take these drugs. I just had to experience it.
They gave me little hits of meth.
Yeah. Just try it
acting.
Once. Just try it once so you know. It's
so you know what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so heavy. And it actually emotionally took a lot out of me. You know, I had these crying scenes and these like horrible scenes where I'm like, you know, my family is leaving me and stuff. And I'm like doing it for like, I know. And I'm like doing it for 7th graders. And I remember one of the directors was like, you're doing such a beautiful performance. And he's like, I'm so sad that like no one is really going to see it. Because just these 7th grade kids that are then like mad at me by the end of the show. I remember like I was doing a scene and I said something and one of the girls goes, "Liar," out in the audience. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Why were they mad though? I was always happy to go get out of class to sit down and see
They were
anything.
mad at my character, I think, because she was manipulative and, a drug addict and a meth head. So it was like they were pissed at her. But I'm like, we're doing this for 7th graders. Nobody here. Do 7th graders have access to meth? I mean, I guess it was in the Midwest, so who knows? I mean,
I know. I mean, that's the thing. Maybe.
But yeah, that was those times, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have some?
Yeah. My first thing that I did out of college was in New York, where I got like a play, but it was an outside children's play, in a park. Oh yeah, you'll get a kick out of this. It was in this park in Long Island, but the park used to be the campus of a like mental institution. So there were like multiple.
Been there.
Nora has had some psych ward experience. And I say that because you talk about it. Nora does comedy. She talks about her experience.
I'm very open about it. Yes.
She's very open about it, but yeah. So yeah, but that's like where we were performing it, and then children would come, and we would, and I remember having to
into like an old psych ward building.
Well, no, it was outside of them. There were several.
It was outside of it. Okay.
Yeah, but still, it was weird. I mean, it was clearly like the cheapest park space they could get in the area, right? Like it was weird. So yeah, so David's rise began in a synagogue, which is bizarre. But we relate. Around this time in 1973, David saw this performance by a British pickpocket named Vic Perry. The reactions from the audience showed that this was something unexpected and fresh, and they were there for it. As David said,
spectators weren't entertained, they were riveted
on the edge of their seats. So David started to learn what he could about the stage art of pickpocketing. In his research, he began to learn about the lineage of performers of this very niche corner of illusion work. He discovered the pickpocketers that created the art form, like Apollo Robbins, Boris Bora, Ricky Dunn, and Dr. Giovanni. All stage names, if I do say so. These are all very strong stage names. So Dr. Giovanni in particular intrigued him. Dr. Giovanni was a comedy magician and illusionist who had begun doing a pickpocketing act in London in 1929. By the 1930s, he was known as the King of Pickpockets. Claiming to have trained in medicine as a younger man, he used the doctor moniker as his stage name. And prior to becoming a magician, he had also worked as an acrobat. And remember what we said about acrobats and magicians. It is all connected, man. It is all connected.
Can't have one without the other. I mean, also, the doctor, the stolen valor, he's like, he trained in medicine as a younger man. What does that mean?
I know. The stolen valor.
He didn't do 10 years of med school. Anyways.
Dr. Pepper has more credentials than you. So stupid. So anyway, Dr. Giovanni's show had run until the 40s, and he had pulled off some shenanigans with a capital S. He nabbed FDR's watch 4 times, Winston Churchill's suspenders once, and J. Edgar Hoover's suspenders as well. So he gave back Churchill's suspenders, and then he kept Hoover's, by the way. So that was a detail that was out there. But anyway, so he knew what he was doing. He was able to fool. Anyway, David tracked him down in the 70s, at least 30 years after Dr. Giovanni had stopped performing altogether, and persuaded him to be his pickpocketing mentor. And if you know, I mean, how do those words even go together? But pickpocketing mentor. As Avadon later said,
That was my beginning in the underground art. You know, he's probably not Southern at all, but
But you got to
because he's
commit
going
now.
by Desperado. Yeah, I'm committed to the bit. Desperado. It sounds like a cowboy, though. No.
Yep.
Okay.
No. That was, yeah. So this was, it definitely an underground art. I mean, I feel like this is like the equivalent of somebody being like a fire dancer or something weird, or like circusy, something circusy. It's circus-like, right?
Oh, the pickpocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also, I mean, how do you discover you're good at that? I guess.
Yeah, so we'll talk about what it takes, but it seemed, actually, we're going to get into that right now. It seems like learning this craft would not be very easy, largely because of the secretive nature of its practitioners. I mean, magicians in general are not going to be like, yeah, let me show you all my tricks. It's just kind of not what they do. That's the whole point, I guess. I could be wrong, but it seems like that.
No, I think they're very, guarded.
Right.
About their secrets.
Right. The secrets are like how they make money. An acquaintance of David named Bob Arno puts it like this.
Oh, this is another character.
Yeah, this is Bob Arno. Now you're Bob Arno.
Bob Arno. The art of pickpocketing is tightly protected art form, and it is darn impossible to get the real facts or true techniques revealed basically because stage pickpocketing versus stealing in the streets depends on the individual persona of the performer and how he adapts his mannerism and personality to the extraction techniques. It is the marriage of the two that fosters a dynamic pickpocket show. It also requires a strong sense of comedy, and it is, to some extent, quick verbal skills and improvisation. Without these combined ingredients, the show will fall flat. That is why there are few pickpocket entertainers today, or ever. It is extremely hard to learn and turn into effective entertainment.
Somehow that was exactly what it was supposed to be. That fosters a dynamic. Yeah, his word choices alone. But David Avadon was a quick and determined study. In his own words, he puts it like this. So you're David Avadon again now.
What's involved in learning to be a pickpocket is learning the techniques and stealing things. Oh, typical man. It's exactly like playing the piano. Your left hand is doing something different than your right hand. The hardest part is understanding how human beings work. What you're trying to do is suggest to somebody that something totally different is happening, and at the same time they're losing their watch, their necktie, and their wallet. That's the skill. Can I just say, Jessica and I were talking about this recently because she just went to a magic show this week. I kid you not, for work.
For work?
Yes, it was like, on one of those team building. You could go or not, but she goes to them.
He was a corporate magician.
Well, the corporate office was going to see a magician, but we have this bit now. It's like men are great at it because it's all about like gaslighting and manipulating and lying and getting people to believe something that's not true. And like they pretty much cornered the market on that. We're lesbians, so this is our take, but you don't see a ton of female magicians, I'll say that.
That is true. I can't even picture a female magician. I feel like I saw one. Well, we'll get into, I'm going to save all this for later, but
okay.
I'm going to save all this for later. Another pickpocket and psychological illusionist, Darren Brown, says that the techniques of the pickpocket are a blend of misdirection, sleight of hand, and psychology. Basically what you just said, Nora. Deceit. A big tactic is using the magic routine as the distraction, right? And then getting close to the victim for the sake of the card or coin trick, whatever it is that you're showing them or doing. And then an even more important element is to get them used to being touched so they don't notice as much when you're absolutely fleecing them. So It's a lot of like, I watched some videos of it, and it's a lot of like, oh, no, put your hand like over here. No, they're kind of like positioning them sort of a lot and being like, no, don't worry about it. You can just, and getting them very used to being like, they're like adjusting them a lot. Like, it's kind of like adjusting their, like, oh, no, you could just move right over here. You stand a little closer. Like, don't be a stranger. You know, like a lot of little like,
light touches.
Light touches. I'm just being like putting on a show, being mildly entertaining, trying to make you smile a little bit and loosen up, and it all feels like that, but really it's like I'm also trying to loosen you up in terms of like get used to, it's not going to feel shocking when you feel me like my hand on you. I'm gonna, because I'm doing that a few times. It also feels like you said a very male tactic. Let's get her used to touching her. Oh God,
a little uncomfortable, and then she'll be okay. You know, she'll adjust.
Oh no. Okay, so as David Avadon himself says,
we imagine that a street pickpocket is a slick guy who rushes past you and suddenly has your watch and your wallet. The truth of it is that the street pickpockets work in teams, in at least 2, usually 3, sometimes 4 or 5 or even more. The things that they do are carefully choreographed so that just for the briefest moments, their mark is distracted. During the course of the show, as I'm doing magic for them, I'm also stealing their watches, wallets, and neckties, and the pacemakers, their liver transplants, and anything else that isn't tied down. All the things I steal, I show to the audience as I'm stealing them. That's what makes it so funny for the audience. I would be mortified if he took a pacemaker off somebody.
I'm pretty sure I would be much more mortified if he took someone's liver transplant.
Someone's liver.
Yeah. So it wasn't long before David was mastering this odd magic show offshoot. Soon he had become a featured performer at Los Angeles's very own mystical hall of magic, the Magic Castle. Nora, have you ever been to the Magic Castle?
I did, and it was like briefly because I had to like go to something else for work that night. So like I went for a friend's birthday and I only got like the very beginning of the show. Like I had a drink and what I do remember though, it was great because he pulled out like 2 pigeons from like out of the air. And I was like, what the fuck? It really was like impressive. And I understand why it's like very hard to get in there, but I didn't honestly get to see a full show, but what I did see was wonderful.
Gotcha.
Have you gone?
Yes, I went once with Marissa, Mike, and Christina, and I went on my birthday. It was after Iris was born. I mean, not right after Iris was born, but she was probably like 6 months old. And
so not too long ago.
It wasn't too long ago. Yeah. And so I was there for like a little while. It's a trip of a place. Like it really is. We'll talk about it even more, but it's bizarre. It's like this old mansion and like a club for magicians basically. It is the place to go for magic, really. Like it is. It's like a question people get asked a lot in LA. Have you been to the Magic Castle? Have you been? Because the other thing is you have to be invited, and we'll talk about that too. But
yes,
you can't just go.
I did know that.
You can't just go. You have to be invited. So he performed there for over 30 years and was held in high esteem. Mark Nelson, chairman of the board of the Academy of Magical Arts, said,
his performances included an equal balance of mystery and comedy. David always gave a polished, assured performance, drawing laughter and amazement.
Yes. I just want to pause for a second. Like we're already getting into it, but if you're not from LA, like you don't understand. The Magic Castle is very exclusive. It is very exclusive. And everyone knows, like everybody knows that. It is this gorgeous old mansion from the 1900s, and it is such a trip. I have only been there once. And the reason is because you, like we said, you have to get an invitation from a member. Right. So members are typically active magicians and some non-magicians who are also part of the Academy of Magical Arts. Like you have to be a part of the Academy of Magical Arts.
So that's like a union?
I don't think it's an
like
official
SAG?
union.
Okay.
No, I think
like
it's No, it's not a union. It's an internationally recognized organization that develops new ways of stimulating interest in the art of magic. So that's their whole mission, is stimulating interest in the art of magic. And the reason I got to go was because a friend of Marissa's, Mike, like we were just saying, was studying magic there. Like he was taking classes, I guess. Which
Mike, the guy that works for
yeah,
he's
is like a rocket
scientist.
scientist. Yeah. So
Yeah.
right. So before you,
Interesting.
yeah. So he was taking these magic classes, and then he became a member through that, I guess. So then we were able to go. And it's amazing. There are like small rooms where magicians are doing more intimate shows, like card tricks and kind of stuff where you have to see a little closer up, I would say. And then there's also large stage shows that are more formal and flashy and that kind of thing. And then there's like unique little bars throughout the place, and the restaurant is actually really good.
The restaurant was good.
It's so good, and it's cute.
Yeah. And they had like drinks and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah. It's legitimately like a really good time. So, really great spot. Highly recommend. If you get invited, it's very exclusive.
Good luck.
Yeah. But there are two types of membership: magician membership and associate membership. Magicians need to be practicing magicians as a career or hobby and pass an audition. And associates largely just have to pay more money, but it's quite steep. For the associate track, the initiation fee is like $6,000, and then it's $200 a month after that. So yeah, it's
my God,
very, very exclusive. Like that's like who's like, yeah, I have like that much money all the time to just like throw towards magic. It's
people in LA.
Yeah, people in LA. It's true. What am I saying? Of course. But anyway, I think that all of this proves that David had some serious chops. Like you said, it was what you saw was amazing. I felt the same way. It was like you're definitely getting people who are really great performers there, and they know what they're doing and they know how to baffle you, essentially. It was definitely like, oh yeah, I don't know how you did that, and also just like good entertainers, people who like, yes, they make you laugh. There's a whole level of it. It's not just like the trick, it's the whole performance. So, but they're all like very, very good at it. I had to go home at a certain point. I stayed a while, but I had to go to a certain point because I was still breastfeeding at that point.
You had a newborn, yeah.
The like milk was leaking out of my dress at a certain point.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Not me, but
yeah, but plenty of people.
Yeah.
In addition to his magic castle shows, David kept himself busy in other magical ways. He wrote a magic magazine column for Genii magazine. It's Genii magazine, which is a magician's magazine, in case you don't know. One of the oldest magician's magazines, where he reviewed magic tricks in a column called Sorcerer's Sidearms. So he would like pick apart other magicians' tricks and write about it. And that was his column. He traveled, yeah. So he traveled the world with his Desperado of Deceit act, traveling through the US, Singapore, Great Britain, and Japan. And he picked celebrity pockets in live shows like those of Pierce Brosnan, Michael Douglas, and Tony Shalhoub, who's like
Tony Shalhoub. That makes sense to me. I don't know why
that he'd be at a magic show.
Yes, he would be at a magic show, and
yeah,
he's also
I feel like
Jewish and
right. Michael Douglas, I think, would be scarier. Like, you'd be like, just to mess with him. You'd be like, oh no, are you going to play like the guy that tries to kill his wife right now? Because I feel like he's done that multiple times. I was just talking about this. Like, I feel like every like erotic thriller from the 90s has Michael Douglas in it. Like, pretty much usually playing a asshole who's trying to kill his wife, or I mean, I guess he also has
the opposite, or
he's the victim that you don't really ever buy. Like, I saw the one with Demi Moore. Is that the one you're thinking of?
No, I'm thinking of the one with Glenn Close, and she's stalking him, and she like kills his rabbit. Oh.
Is it Killer Basic Attraction or Killer Instinct?
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say I felt like the title was more on the nose than that.
We're close, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, he's always that guy. And then the one with Demi Moore is the one where it's like, she's sexually harassing him, and it's like very silly. And they're trying
another one.
Yeah.
There's two where the women are harassing and stalking him.
Well, it's not just like Glenn Close is more of a stalker. Demi Moore in that movie is like, and I'm forgetting, I think it's called Disclosure, I want to say. Yeah.
That's
Disclosure.
1994.
Yeah. So that one was like, she's the boss. Like, I think she gets the job that he wanted or something like that. And she basically is supposed to be coming onto him, but then it's implied, or not even implied. They have like this ridiculous scene where it's like, it's almost like he's like, no, but she's like, you know, she's giving him
Like-
head, and it's like,
And
okay.
he's like, no, please stop,
right.
Demi Moore.
Right.
Okay.
It's like that movie gets really lampooned because it's like, what? Unrealistic.
I've never seen it, but I'll add it to my queue.
Yeah, it's a good bad movie watch. I do feel like the actors, we were talking about it, the actors are doing the most in it. They really carry the movie. Like it's full of like really good actors, and it's a terrible script and terrible concept. And it was written by, oh, that's the other thing. That movie was written by Michael Crichton.
Wait.
The Jurassic Park guy.
Yeah, I was like, he wrote it?
Yes. And it's so bad.
You know, they're not all going to be, you're not going to hit them all out of the park. You know what
I mean,
I'm saying?
yeah, but the entire concept of that is so stupid. It's like, it's really, really dumb. So anyway, that was, oh my God, the tangents. So, okay. Great. So anyway, yeah, so he did Tony Shalhoub. That's where we were. Somehow we got from Tony Shalhoub to... No, it was
Tony Shalhoub seemed like the most appropriate person. I don't know to be.
That was a Michael Douglas spinoff. That's right. Yeah. So, and so that was not where his Hollywood glamour ended, though. It was just picking celebrity pickpockets or picking celebrities' pockets. He also worked as a technical consultant on films, usually for sequences requiring cards, pickpocketing, cutlery, or magic. The cutlery one is
cutlery?
like I think probably, like, I would imagine, I'm making this up entirely, so I just want to make that clear, but I would imagine it's like the level of knife work that, you know, those scenes where people do the like stabbing around their fingers and stuff, or like when they're like anybody throwing, I don't know if he did throwing knife stuff, but like there are like magic knife things, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm sure he like knew how to do some of that. But yeah, so anyway, he worked, some of the films and television shows that he worked on included Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He advised on the card sequence in the Billy the Kid scene, if you're familiar. It's just like where they're in a saloon playing cards and dealing them a certain way and whatever. So it wasn't a magic trick, but just like the card scene he advised on. Tales from the Crypt, where he can actually be seen as the card dealer. And magician, I mean, this all makes sense to me because I feel like smoothness with cards is something like that. It looks very easy, but I suck at it. Like, I'm so bad at it. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I
yeah.
think they're
And
so,
you know
and they're so
those-
good at it. They're so fluid. They can like make it, like, just that alone looks really impressive, you know?
And you know, diehard, like, card nerdy magicians are going to be watching and be like, oh, that was not a good, you know.
Right. Like,
Just
or
dissecting it.
Yeah, or just like a poker freak or something. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
people who just have their hands on cards all the time. Like it just looks really fluid and nice. So that's kind of, yeah, he got a lot of card gigs. In the 1999 film Mystery Men, he also was, I think, a magic advisor on that one. The 1991 horror noir Cast a Deadly Spell, which features Julianne Moore, interestingly enough. And 80s TV Western Brett Maverick, which I would imagine was also probably a card sequence. So somehow, some way, he parlayed a career in magic into stage, film, and television work. So, I mean, unless you're David Copperfield or something, like I can't really imagine being much more successful than this in the world of magic, or like Chris Angel or somebody who's doing like idiotic things. Am I dating myself with these references? I feel like I am. Who's
No,
the most recent? Yeah.
David Blaine.
David Blaine.
You know, I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
He took it to the max in terms of, he's like, the celebrities love him. He just,
But he was
His whole persona is like, you want to see some magic? You know, he just like.
But his is like dangerous. His thing was like a dangerous thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna.
Yes, but he started by. Remember, his show was like it was like someone David Blaine, and he would just walk up to randoms on the street and do card tricks.
Right. It's true. Yeah. So you're right. That's a more current.
But that's current. Yeah.
Yeah.
For his time, that seems. Yeah.
It seems like if. To me, it's like the equivalent of when people are like, you're a working actor. You're like, you're working. Maybe you're not like an A-list celebrity, but you are making your living. You're doing your thing. Like you regularly get work. Like that was, he was a working magician for 100%. Yeah. So very successful in a lot of ways. He also truly had a deep love for the art of exhibition pickpocketing and became a sort of scholar in the field. He wrote a comprehensive history and study of the art form and its practitioners called Cutting Up Touches that is hard to get your hands on today. I think it might be technically out of print, but it is considered one of the best books around for this very niche art form. In one review / summary, the book is described this way, and Nora, you can read this.
I'm just going to read it as normal. As a normal Nora. Go figure. Cutting Up Touches is the first book ever written on the history of exhibition pickpocketing. In it, David Avadon traces this light-fingered entertainment from its murky music hall beginnings to the largest showrooms in the world. He profiles Giovanni and Bora, the architects of stealing on stage. He spotlights Dominic and Ricky Dunn, who made Emptying Pockets hilarious nightclub entertainment. He explains the stealth and showmanship of the wide array of wallet snatchers. He explores the powerful subliminal emotions touched by each act of pocket thievery. He shares the fascinating lore surrounding the street crime turned performance art.
Yeah, so I feel like I haven't read the book, but I think that it's basically like almost like a comprehensive history of everyone who's done it. So in 2001, David Avadon married his wife, Miranda, who I know nothing about. She's just listed as Miranda. She's just Miranda. But she was, it's me, just Miranda. But she was with him until the end, which was 8 years after their marriage.
So he got married kind of late.
Yeah. Yeah, he did, which kind of makes sense to me. He's traveling around. He's going to like Singapore and whatever. Like, I don't feel like he was going to be able to have a relationship. And
or tied down and,
And maybe he had to deal with the stigma of being a magician.
I was like, is he getting ladies? But,
they're very smooth. I'll say that, especially like the ones like at the Magic Castle and everything. There's a flirtiness to a magician, I feel like.
Agreed. Yeah, they do have a type of weird, game. Basically.
Yeah, they do. They do. There's like a weird, smooth sex
like a weird
appeal.
Swagger. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And they're always kind of like nicely dressed. Like, so there's something there. Yeah. But in 2009, David was working out at a Los Angeles gym when he had a heart attack and passed away. He was 60 years old. So he went out quick and unexpectedly, I think. I think he had like some heart issues that had come up in recent years, it sounds like. But yeah. So it was still
60 is relatively young.
Oh, yeah. I'd say
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty
quite young, actually, by today's standards.
Exactly. So anyway, that is the life story of David Avadon. Thoughts and impressions, Nora?
I mean, this was very interesting to learn about. I had it, the name. He picked a great name because I was that sounds like a star, and now we know a magician, and what an interesting life. And arguably being a working magician sounds even harder than being like a working actor.
Right. Because there's like very few avenues. There's like, this road, and this road. That's what you do. And that's like, those are the places. And it's not even like a road. It's not like a ladder to climb. It's like, that's where you get work. That building is where you can get work. You
can go to these 3 places.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I apologize for my accent. I, went off.
It's
Yo,
okay.
Marissa
You know
Rivera.
what? I feel like listen, there are people who that's not their favorite part of this show, and that's fine. Listen, we are trying to keep things interesting and keep you awake, and it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So anyway, I feel like it was interesting. I wish there were some more things that I knew about him, like a little bit, I guess. I wish there were more details about his like mentorship. Like that sounds kind of interesting. Do you know what I mean? Like tracking down this guy. Yeah.
He's like, teach me about pickpocketing.
Yeah, and like what that conversation was like, what did he do to schmooze at him and butter him up? Like I wish I had a few more details about that, because that's like, to me, that's like almost like a movie premise. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a really stupid niche movie premise where it's like, yeah, look at, and it actually reminds me a little bit of like, did you see Marty Supreme yet?
I did.
Okay, it kind of reminds me.
What did you think of it?
It was crazy, but I liked it a lot more than like the other Safdie brother movies, because like it was stressful, but it wasn't stressful in the same way that like Uncut Gems was, which destroyed me. And I was like, I paid money to feel this way and I hate it.
And wasn't just, this was just one of the Safdies, wasn't it? Or am I wrong?
I guess you're right. Yeah, it was one of the Safdies. But
what did it remind you of?
Well,
in it?
it's reminding me like, so what we're talking about, like somebody doing something basically really, really niche, and you know what I mean? And then kind of trying to like have tactics to go about it in like a weird way. Mm-hmm. Like finding the pickpocketing mentor feels like something like that character would do. You know what I mean? If like, it wasn't ping pong, but it was magic. Like it feels like that character could have been a magician. Like it's just as stupid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But anyway, I wish I knew a few more details like that. Other than that, I did find it interesting. I mean, like, I don't know, the life story of a magician is something besides like somebody like Houdini, which I do think has been, his life story is pretty well documented from what I understand anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of that. So
I mean, there's like movies, I think like a great one is The Prestige. Have you seen that? And
no.
That's like high risk. Let me make sure it's the right film title. It's but it has Christian Bale. And that was like a great movie about 2006 it came out. It's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
And they're like competing. I mean, that to me was like such a great film. At least I remember when I saw it 20 years ago, but there's very few like movies about magicians that I can think of offhand. Can you?
No. No, I thought about the Liberace movie, but he's not a magician. He just seems like he really could be.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking weird, though. If you haven't seen that, beyond the it's beyond the candelabra or behind the candelabra, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really, really,
because
really
he's an opera singer. Yeah.
No, no. So he was a piano player, and like very whatever, but just crazy, and very like Vegas and flashy, and could easily have been a magician just from like a style perspective alone. But anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But this is the point in the podcast where like I don't even know where I was going or what I was talking about. But this is the point in the podcast where we say what offering we would leave for Mr. David Avadon. So what specific to him grave offering would you give?
Certainly a deck of cards, but I think also what is something people would pickpocket? Like coins?
Oh, yeah, good idea. It's a good thing. I feel like, well, he had like pickpocketed people's ties sometimes, like weird stuff. I think he went for watches, ties, and watches, ties. I mean, I guess like suspenders, and people don't really wear those anymore. That was like the old school thing. Yeah.
I wonder how he got them off, though. without them.
There's a
you know?
video that shows him kind of doing the tie thing, and it is like weird. You're like, how did they not notice that? But it is like a distraction thing, and then the getting so used to being kind of jostled and touched is like.
Did they have like a full suit on too? Like, did they have a suit jacket?
Yeah,
and with the suspenders too, they did.
I didn't see the suspenders one. I didn't see that happen, but like I know that like the old school guys did that. Like that's what he was saying. His mentor stole the suspenders of like two different presidents, or not presidents, Churchill and Hoover. One president and Churchill. But yeah,
I think I would maybe leave that. I would leave a deck of cards, but I think I would leave like euros, like we have some coins from like when we go to Europe and stuff, because he's traveled around the world. And
oh, that's nice. Oh, that's very
I don't know,
thoughtful. That's very sweet and very thoughtful. I feel like I would, maybe just to like be a little cheeky, just leave him like an empty wallet, like a.
That's a good one. I like that.
You got nothing to pick. Don't worry about it. It's empty. Like where I could play a little trick on him, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Like I just imagining his ghost walking around being like, oh, did someone just leave their wallet? How fantastic. My bread and butter. And then be like, shit, there's nothing in it. That's just mean though. But also it feels right. I mean, he was a pickpocket. Come on. You gotta be like a little playful with somebody who is doing that anyway.
Yeah. I don't think he would have minded that.
I don't think
that
so.
Joke.
I think it'd be a little way to make him laugh. But yeah. So anyway, that's David Avadon, and now is the point where we just really say goodbye, I guess, Nora.
Okay, well, what an interesting man. I learned something new, as I always do for this podcast. And what can I say? This is a movie script idea, but I think a lot of yours are, really, aren't they? a lot of the people.
This one, like, less than others. I feel like if you had like some of these gaps in the story where I'm like, I wonder what that was like, that moment, that thing, like I said, like the mentor thing and some other stuff. I think, somebody could write something really great from that. But as far as like his actual life story, I think it's just kind of like, I don't know, he got work as a magician, as a pickpocketing magician.
The one that the song was written about.
Hollywood Lawn?
Yes. Right?
Yeah. About Take a Walk on the Wild Side?
Yes.
Yeah.
That could absolutely be a movie. But
well, yeah, like that was like a whole part of that story was just like, oh, like they thought that they would be able to turn it into a movie, and Madonna like optioned
I
it.
think I didn't listen to part 2 of it.
There's part 5. There's 5 episodes of that.
I think
That's
I got
crazy
1 and 2.
Yeah, that one was like
Madonna auctioned it?
Yeah. So
she's making one about herself.
Of course.
But
so
Julia Gardner's playing her. Okay, sorry.
Oh wow. I love her. She's so great in everything.
Yes.
All right. Well, Nora, this was so much fun. Thank you for stepping in. I forgot to say the reason that you did step in is because Marissa's in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
She is on vacation, and she thought she would be able to record with me, but then I knew that it wasn't going to work. She was like,
how?
She was like, my flight is at 6:30 in the morning, and yeah, I can do it. And I was like, And then of course she's like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I haven't packed enough, and whatever. And I'm like, of course.
Just
so,
I'll stand in anytime. This was so fun.
Yeah, no, of course. And I'm glad because now everybody can see who our third best friend is. And it is Nora, and here she is. So in the flesh.
Well, it's been such a privilege.
Yes. Well, I'm very glad you could do it. And thanks for listening, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Your support and enthusiasm for the show are the reason we keep doing it. So thanks for the kind words. They really mean the world. If you liked the show or have ideas for episodes we could or should do, please drop us a comment in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And if you haven't yet, please follow the show and tell every cinephile and taphophile, fun fact, that's a person who loves graveyards, about your new favorite niche podcast. And if you want to see transcripts, photos, and sources for our episodes, check out our Substack, Dead and Kind of Famous. Dead and Kind of Famous is written, produced, and edited by Courtney Blomquist. It is hosted by Marissa Rivera and Courtney Blomquist. And special thanks to Jesse Russell, my husband, for allowing me to yammer on about the episodes before I can spill it all to Marissa. He tends to have some good insights and ideas, so thanks. Until next time, you might not be famous, but you've got a story to tell and you're not dead yet.